Welcome back to another episode of Camp Time is Real Time.
I'm your host, Sarah Lebrecq.
This week we talked to Ethan about week 3. Banana hug.
All that and more coming up on this episode of Camp Time is Real Time. Enjoy. How did you get here? How did it happen?
In the spring, my mom was like, Ethan, you need a summer job. FCDC is looking for like an assistant counselor and a head counselor. And I was like, okay, I can be an assistant counselor. So I applied as an assistant. And then they obviously messaged me back and they were like for your age, we would want you to be like a head counselor. Like, would you be interested in interviewing for that? And I was like, well, yeah, sure.
Sure. Yeah.
But it was like ceramics head counselor. So I was like, I mean, I don't know if I'm qualified, but I'll talk to you about it. So I talked to Sam Cowell on the phone, and he was like, and from like that moment, I got just great vibes from him. Like he seemed like such an awesome dude. So I was like, okay, yeah, I'll come take a walk around the camp. And then so I visited the camp and interviewed there in Sam's office. And then he was like, I believe you can learn the ways of ceramics. And I was like, yeah, me too. And so he offered me the job, and I was like, yes, please. And so that happened. And then leading up to camp, I was definitely very nervous.
Yeah.
Because I had never been to a summer camp ever, any summer camp.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, oh boy, I was really anxious. And then as soon as I got to orientation, it was I felt I was still a little bit nervous because I was the only new person in the room, but everyone just sucked me in, and it was awesome. From that day, I was like, okay, this is gonna be a great summer.
Whoa.
And just everyone just took me in and was talking to me, and it was awesome.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
And what was the time frame of this? When did all of this come to be?
So middle of June when I got the job.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I know that I was talking with a couple of people and they were like, yeah, we still need a ceramics counselor.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
as you've seen now after 1 week, not a lot of new folks. I think that's awesome that once you get to orientation, you're like,
yeah. I mean, I'm definitely really glad I got a chance to be part of it.
yeah.
And there was that opportunity to join, because I definitely noticed it is very rare for a first year head counselor.
Yeah.
So I was just super happy that I got a chance to come in.
One of the things I had talked to Tom last year, who's Sam's predecessor, also Sam's dad. And one of the things is they hire the person, not necessarily the gifted ceramicist, so it's, I have no doubt that Sam, after talking with you, was like, here's some clay, you can figure this out. It'll be okay. What do you have the kids making in ceramics?
So for this session, for the younger kids, we're making coasters, and so
that's
so
awesome.
some things I made a lemon. You can make a fruit or something, a coaster.
Mm-hmm.
And then for the middle group, making bowls, kind of a soap dish kind of bowl with designs etched into it.
Yeah.
And then for the older group, I found this cool thing. We're making globes. So it's there's a stand, and then you put a skewer through the ball, the earth, and then wrap a little thing around it to make a globe. And that was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
A lot of kids like that. Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. It's been since camp's inception, I feel like the ceramics curriculum is pinch pots. 100 of them. But
I've tried to avoid them.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Your very first day of camp, you get called out to do a competition and represent your team, right?
Yep.
What you tell us about that one?
So that was the rain day.
Mm-hmm.
And so when we were doing introductions, I came up to the front and I was like, hello, I'm Ethan, the head of the Otters. You can find me at ceramics. And then, everyone's clapping, and then they just don't stop clapping. And I was very confused for a second. I turn around and I see Sam Cowell going hyping everybody up. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then they all start chanting my name. And so now every time after that, my name even gets whispered, all the kids just chant my name. And
nice.
So that's funny, but it's also like awesome. And
Yeah.
so when they were like, we need a counselor from the Shay Show, everyone's like, Ethan. And I'm like,
No.
I mean, I'm a competitive guy, so I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll get into this.
Yeah.
And then he said the competition was name thy camper. And I was like, okay, like I feel pretty confident. I've got 13 kids. And at lunch we did like go around the table and we're like, what's your name? So I was feeling pretty confident.
Okay.
So I felt pretty good going in. And then I think I went first. I think I did go first. And
Ooh,
I got
tricky
like
spot.
11.2 seconds. And I was like, okay, that feels pretty good. And then Elizabeth went and got like 11.7 seconds. And I was like, oh, that was
Real
close.
precise here at camp. Yeah.
And then I think it was John. He got like 45 seconds. So
Yeah.
yeah, took the first win for the Shay Show. Feeling pretty good about that one. Yeah.
I mean, talk about a nice way to start up a
Yeah,
job,
that was
right?
great.
Like
Yeah.
you've got the whole camp chanting for you, which I'm sure at this point you have recognized is a thing. we'll
Yeah.
we'll chant anything.
Yeah.
And then you win a competition. Like, what a magical place. I
Yeah.
love it.
It
That's
was
awesome.
awesome. I was so excited to go back the next day. I
Yeah.
was so happy.
We jump into Monday. It's the first day of a new session.
Yep.
Do you have a lot of new kids this session?
We had five returning out of 11.
Okay.
Yeah.
Almost half.
So yeah, it was good though.
Yeah, just like the start of a new session,
Yeah.
like finally like a first day of a session where it wasn't raining. So you got like the actual like
actual tour first day. Yeah.
Yeah, the introductions around the circle instead of in the tent. So yeah, welcome. You've made it.
Yeah. So,
Okay, so moving on to Tuesday, I saw some wigs floating around.
Ty was behind it. I don't really remember the reason.
I think it's all part of this whole Elizabeth, like, is she on Ty's team, Freddie's team? Well, now Pansiaco's Burgers, and maybe in response to the surging.
Yeah.
But who got the wigs? And
it was Elizabeth, Freddie, and Billy that got wigged. So that was funny. And apparently, allegedly, Billy wore his wig to the concert that night. I mean, he didn't look bad. He didn't look bad with the blonde ponytail. He could pull it off.
You sure can. Wednesday is like what, like Wacky Wednesday or whatever, dress up
Right, dress up
Wednesday.
theme, yeah.
Yeah. So what was this week's theme?
This week's theme was hobbies, which I feel like is a pretty difficult dress up theme.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went with a Star Wars shirt because I'm a pretty avid Star Wars fan. But
Okay.
looking back, I definitely should have wore my theater shirt. I totally forgot.
Yeah.
But yeah, acting is way more of a hobby than Star Wars for me. But
yeah.
yeah.
Are you? Yeah, because you are. You're in a play coming up, right?
I am.
Which play?
I'm in Legally Blonde the musical, which is
Whoa!
opening next weekend.
Oh, where's it playing?
Hopkinton Center for the Arts.
Oh my gosh, I live in Hopkinton.
Yeah, well, right down the street.
Get out of town.
Yeah, I play Warner, who is the bad guy.
Yeah.
But it's really fun. Yeah, it's actually my first musical because I joined the theater company my junior year of high school.
Okay.
And then it was like after they had already done the musical, and then my senior year, we do our musicals in the fall at Franklin High School.
Mm-hmm.
But I was still playing football, so I couldn't be in the musical. In the winter, we do a non-musical play for something called the METG, which is a Massachusetts drama festival with like 100+ high schools, and it's super competitive. And so I auditioned for that, and that was actually my first ever show. And I got cast as one of the leads. It was Lord of the Flies.
Oh.
I got cast as Jack, who's the lead bad guy again.
Again, yeah. A villain.
Yep. It's a recurring theme.
Yep.
But yeah, and so that was my first ever show, and it was amazing. It was amazing. I loved the rehearsal process because theater, especially like taking all my all my experience from football, theater is just the ultimate preparation sport. Like it's just drilling preparation, just drilling your lines and your staging, and very little like there's very little thinking on stage. It's very just working your habits in rehearsal for months. And then once you get on stage, it's just like just go through it. Like you just like let something else take over. And I
Yeah.
think that's why I like theater so much is because in that sense it is very much like football
Right.
where you just like it's just another feeling like in your body and something just like comes over you and it's just amazing. And so
Awesome.
that show we ended up moving on once. So we got to the second round of the competition, but we got matched up against some really great theater schools. A lot of people told us our show was really good,
Hmm.
but the judges just thought it wasn't one of the top two, so we didn't move on past the second round. But it was
Yeah.
just an amazing show. We ended up performing it 4 times, twice for the competition, and we had two benefit for performances. And it was just like I never would have asked for like a better introduction to theater and acting. It was just amazing in the
Whoa.
entire process. Yeah.
That's wild. That's a good
Yeah.
analogy. The with football, with like learning
Mhm.
the plays, and then
Yep.
you just have to memorize it and have it down. That's a great. I wonder if a lot of people haven't considered that before.
Mm.
Is that so? You're going to be a freshman in the fall, right?
In
In
college.
college?
Yep.
Yeah. So are you? Is acting your major, or like what are you going for?
So I'm going to major in history
Okay.
and minor in theater. My plan as of right now is to major in history and get my master's in education to become a high school history teacher. And then as I'm teaching and making a living, then go to auditions for acting and stuff like that.
I love it.
That's the plan right now. But
Plus, you can work at camp forever.
yeah,
Become a
yep,
teacher. This is
that'd
great.
be
We've got
awesome.
him.
Yeah, yeah,
So, speaking of judging, so the theme on Wednesday, hobbies, the competition that happened was the phenomena, I guess you can call a horsing.
yeah. That was an interesting one.
Yeah.
So we had three jockeys and their steeds, and they performed some amazing tricks around some obstacles and over some obstacles, and then showed off some amazing dance moves on the horse.
Mm.
It was quite incredible to watch. Really a spectacle.
Yeah. Which, and
Yeah.
apparently this is a real thing, by the way.
I heard that too. Yeah.
As a guest judge, which I was
Mm.
honored to be asked. It was me, TC, Tom Cowell, and John Rice, Billy's older brother, who's got a couple of kids there. So like some alumni
Yeah.
entertaining it. I say it every week. I say it pretty much every time I talk to anyone who still works there. I'm incredibly blown away at how good everything is, how enthusiastic it is, how well
Yep.
thought out it is, and it just like it's unbelievable. So
Yeah.
a lot of scores in the upper nines
Yeah.
from us, including
Yeah.
a 10 to shout out Aiden. Like that
I know.
was
Shay Show represent
yeah.
in the lead.
Are you on the
I
Shay
am
Show?
on Shay Show. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
That Shay Show takes home the hobby horse competition. Aiden does an amazing. All of the competitors were amazing,
They
like
were. They were.
truly amazing.
Yeah.
I think it was Callie who started off just really set the bar high. And it
Yeah.
was like, okay, like this is the caliber we're gonna get
Yeah.
today.
Yep.
And then like just and it went on for some time. I was like, wow, it's quite a bit
Yeah.
of choreography.
Yeah.
Xander with the switching of the horse head and the
The
human
horse
head,
went on the human hobby humaning.
amazing.
Yeah.
Like it was so good. And then Aiden, who come to find out after the fact was a last minute swap in.
Oh.
Like
Wow.
he had like, like less than an hour to prepare and just
Yeah.
really sold it. So
Yeah.
I thought that was very cool. And I can't wait to see how that competition like morphs throughout the
Yeah.
years
Yeah.
so yeah, they're awarded their points. And then that brings us to Thursday, where I'm just here minding my own business, not at camp, if you can believe it. And I see a picture pop up, and it's a singular image of Ethan sitting
Black and white.
black and white, sitting at the picnic table under the big oak tree.
Yep.
And I don't even think there were bananas in the frame, but you just knew. So can you walk us through kind of that whole experience of like what you thought going into it and how it played out?
So since the first day, I haven't really been in a competition. I was in the swim relay race, but I was only holding a hula hoop for the racers to like go in between. So I was itching to get into a competition. I was ready. So we get under the oak tree and I see like the setup, and I've heard like there's like eating competitions, and like I'm a very confident in my eating skills. So I was like, okay, like I like whispered to Shay, I'm like, Shay, like let me go, like pick me.
Come on.
And so I was so happy when she called my name. I was like, let's go. Like, I get to be in a competition again. And so I sit down, get the blindfold. I'm like, okay, it's definitely an eating competition. Like I've seen the videos, like they eat ice cream or whatever, like with no hands. Like I'm like hands behind my back, I'm ready. And they're like, all right, go, like put your hands in front of you. And so I just like feel the bananas, and I don't even like think. I'm just shoving bananas in my mouth. Like I'm just eating them. And I hate bananas so much. I would never eat a banana like on a regular day. Never.
Oh my gosh.
But I'm like, no, I have to do it for the Shay Show. Like I have to win.
Yeah.
And so I'm just eating bananas, and then I find out that it is just a little prank. But the thing is, on one of the Fridays when the kids in ceramics didn't have anything to do, we sent them into the video room to watch old camp videos, and I watched John get bananaed. So I had seen it, but in the moment my adrenaline was just going so fast. I was like, I'm just gonna eat these bananas, and I didn't think about it until like Sam started counting down from 10, and I was like, there's nobody next to me.
Oh no! Oh no!
That was funny.
Oh.
But yeah, I mean, it was fun.
Yeah.
Choking down some bananas.
I think that it's a really cool. It's like if there's gonna be like not hazing, but like initiation or whatever. It's like kind of the like gentlest form of it. That you very like FCDC. Like welcome. This is silly. I remember the first time I saw it, like as a camper, I think it was a camper. It was really cool. And it took me a while for like the gears to turn and be like, hold on a second. Like, he's the only one eating. And it was pretty cool. So I did ask my kids about it, and they thought, they were like, Ethan was the only ones that ate them. And I was like, the fact that, that you like were in it and you knew, you knew better. I'm going to do it. But has anyone ever like regaled you of stories about Banana Mike? Like, have you heard that term? There was a guy that worked who's a couple of years younger than me. Same thing. New kid, got the bananas, and they did it on like the first or second day of camp. And that's just his name, Banana Mike. Just call him Banana Mike. So I think you've the fact that they're chanting Ethan is good for you, because you won't be Banana Ethan, but
not Banana Ethan.
Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe after all the many tens of people who listen to this podcast, maybe it'll change. So you won bananas. Congratulations.
Yeah, I got 0 points for the Shay Show, but
it's all right.
It's all right. Got
some
points in spirit.
Yeah, you got like camp points, right?
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Have any kids come up to you and been like, you ate those bananas and no one else did? Or...
Yeah, they were like, Ethan, that was so slow. Like, yeah, but yeah, just try my best. All right.
So after Thursday, we get to Friday.
Friends.
Yes.
So you
can go a lot of directions with that. What did you guys end up doing?
So my troop, we ended up doing a FCDC head counselor's Friendsgiving for our skit.
Nice.
So we had the kids choose a counselor to act as. Wrote up a little skit, and that was fun. I played Sam Cowell. So
I gotta say, I was sitting in the back. You really pulled off the look, to be honest with you. I was like, he looks just like Sam. When you found out that there were going to be skits every week, was the actor in you like, yes, like I'm excited to put this together, or is this more of a different skill set?
I guess it depends on the topic. I mean, definitely. Session one was rough because the kids were not very receptive. two
Okay.
ideas.
Yeah.
So it depends on the kids and the topic,
Yeah.
but I feel like the next 3 weeks the stars could align
Love it.
for a great one for me. Yeah.
Well, you've got Mary as an assistant, right?
Yeah.
So like you're in good hands there to
Yeah.
know like how these things kind of
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
anyway. I think a lot of it also depends on who you have around you, like
Yeah.
your assistants and your CITs.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought there were again some amazing performances like at the
Yeah.
show.
Definitely.
And like everyone kind of knows their place. Like junior camp does their adorable thing and kind of sets
Yeah.
the tone. And then you've got the hosts who are John and Aiden this week. Just
Addison.
oh sorry,
Yeah.
Addison. You're
Addison.
right.
They were awesome.
They were really good. It was
Yeah.
like
Yeah. I did not know Addison could play guitar, so that was awesome.
yeah, they were playing With or Without You by U2, and it just kind of it was
Yeah.
like a concert progression. Are you excited to host the show? Is that something you'd be interested in? I mean, given that you probably ultimately have no choice whether it happens
Yeah.
or
I
not.
mean, it would be. I would like. Yes, I would love to like host the show. It's just like it's tough to get a skit up there as it is already.
Right. Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
if your number's called, you
No,
don't have
I'll
a
be
choice.
ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be ready.
Also, it started to get like pretty hot at the end of the week. So I hear you guys did an all camp free swim yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Did you go in?
I did not. No, I had to stay dry because I was going right from camp to see a show, another musical.
Yeah. So after the shows on Friday, that was just kind of like free swim troop time. And then that was it. So you're done with half of your first year of camp ever.
Crazy.
You're from Franklin, right?
Yep.
So did you know anyone who worked there? Do you know?
I hadn't heard a single thing about FCDC until this year, which is actually like very surprising, I feel like, because it's in my hometown that I grew up in, and I never heard of it, not even from a friend when I was little or anything like that.
What? Did you know it was there?
No, I didn't know anything about it or like what it was. So it was just like crazy to be like, there's just like awesome places in my town. Like,
right.
Yeah.
Wow. That's wild.
I know. Yeah, it is crazy.
Oh man. Well, I think everyone is so happy that you found it.
I'm really happy that I found it.
That's
Definitely.
awesome. Oh, good. So, you still hoping to be in the next competition?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm actually really looking forward to it. I'm going to be in counselor karaoke next week. So I'm rehearsing. I'm getting ready for that. That's going to be my stuff.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm sure you have a song. Do you want to share it or no?
Sure. I will be singing Santa Fe from Newsies the musical.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. You get it.
Yep.
You got it all choreographed, working on it?
Oh yeah, we're working on it. Working on getting the costume together too.
Oh my gosh. Who are some of the heads you're going up against?
I know Elizabeth.
Okay.
I honestly I'm not worried about the competition. So I don't even know. I'm just gonna do my best.
Okay.
I think Freddie's gonna be in it.
Okay.
Sarah.
Okay.
And then I don't remember the rest, but
doesn't matter, right?
No, doesn't matter. I know Ty's not in it, so I'm happy about that.
Yeah,
but
it's pretty much what I was getting
I'll see
at.
Ty in the finals. I was thinking about before karaoke being like, this is my audition to succeed Ty as a theater counselor. But yeah, I mean Ty's awesome. I love talking about theater because like it is like it's not super common to meet someone who like knows a lot about theater. So I can tell like from him he's happy to talk about it too. So it's awesome like to talk about another theater nerd. Yeah, I think just like I guess just reiterate like just every week it's just like it just feels awesome to like be new and just come in and everyone says hi and everyone just like has taken me into this awesome family and I'm actually like so happy to like be a part of camp this year. And like every time I see Sam walking up to me I get a little nervous because I like want to keep the job. So Yeah, it's just I'm really happy like it turned out with FCDC, and I'm just so happy to be part of it.
That's so cool to hear
Yeah.
after 3 weeks. And I'm sure that it shines through. Man, I'm happy you're going to be a teacher so you can be here forever.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.